What is going on, everyone? My name is JX and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a pretty awesome breakdown video, the Year 7 roadmap for 2022. All 12 events, all event quests in the contest for next year is being teased. I cannot believe this is happening. Like, this hasn't happened since what, like New York Comic Con years ago when they teased the whole year in advance. Like, this is insane. I'm absolutely over the moon. And specifically over the moon because my teases for next year, almost all of them were recognized in this video. And I'll talk about them and also talk about the State of Battle Realm, because I'm going to be going left and right between the State of the Battle Realm and this video, because obviously that teased all the champs this summer. So with this new update this December, we kind of have like updates and can figure out which goes where and who fits next to who. It's really awesome. This is the stuff I love, and I'm so excited. And the video starts off with Kabam Gabe talking about just the story of the contest. I mean, what's leading up to where we're at. We're at 7 years of the contest, which is insane. But the main thing is about Galactus. And hey, guys, I've been telling you Galactus is coming. I know a lot of you didn't believe me, but I mean, hey, he's finally coming. We just got him teased again last month, and we're going to feel the first effects in a couple months. In the main video, what it talked about is everyone's going to be feeling Galactus, and it's going to be destroying maps. So that means Hell's Kitchen is going to be destroyed, which is pretty interesting. We even have a little bit of Asgard and a little bit of Wakanda, so I'm very interesting to see, because, you know, this is interesting. It's going to be changing the landscape of the battle realm, and I'm very, very excited to see. Galactus obviously coming to the battle realm means he's coming with a Herald, which I'll have more on that in a bit. But yeah, anyways, we're going to start off with the first event of this next year, which is the Brotherhood of Mutants event, finally coming to the contest. Obviously Magneto's going to be a big player because, hey, they're his Brotherhood, and so the first person that we're going to probably have in the Brotherhood is going to be Pyro. I think he's going to probably come with Blob, and obviously I would want Mystique to come with Pyro, but I just don't think it's going to happen. They still don't have the technology to make Mystique, but maybe that's changed. I mean, maybe that's changed in the 6 months that I've asked about it, so, I mean, who knows? There are a lot of bugs. We did have a game engine update that kind of broke the game, so I mean, could that game engine update kind of bring in Mystique? I mean, if it's going to bring in Sandman next year, I'm very curious. So, but yeah, I definitely think it's Pyro. Pyro kind of has, I think, is the synergy with Kitty Pryde, the Fire and Dragon synergy. That would be pretty awesome because obviously he can fire. That's his main thing. Blob's interesting too, but you know, I don't know. It could be anyone else. Let me know who you guys think. The next one is a Swords of X event, which is did not expect that. Like, I knew contests were going into more of the more recent events with the X-Men's, which I love because I love House of X, I love Powers of X, I love Swords of X, I love Way of X, I love Legion of X, my favorite mutant. But more on that. I need to control my excitement. But yeah, X and Swords event, which is a pretty cool event. We kind of had the Krakoan community against the Arakan community. They're like brother and sister islands, and they both hold mutant populations. More on the X-Men with Krakoa, and then kind of like Apocalypse's family with the Krakoan community. And we just got Krakoa in the contest actually with the Kitty Pryde event. Most people kind of missed that, but yeah. So I was kind of interesting on what they're going to build with Krakoa and Araku, and now that we have both in game, this event makes perfect sense. We don't have Otherworld in this place, and you don't know what the other world is. That's actually more on the type of Captain Britain's place and his Arthurian magic world and stuff like that. So, and I've kind of been saying like maybe that was teasing that, and it kind of looks like it is. So if you don't know, we actually do have Betsy Braddock in the game as Psylocke from the X-Force, but she now has a connection with a mystery character, which I think is either her brother or it's her Captain Britain counterpart of herself. And now we have Krakoa and Araku. I think we're going to have an Araku member, which is going to be, and shout out to Marcus Pack and many of the people who read Swords of X, it's probably going to be Annihilation. If you don't know who Annihilation is, that's actually Apocalypse's wife, and she was actually in this video, so just talking about it, she was a main player of Swords of X, and APOC in the contest has kind of been building up to this character that is now in this version of APOC, so yeah, it literally makes perfect sense. So I definitely think it's Captain Britain. I don't know if it's Betsy or if it's going to be Brian, but I think it is Captain Britain, and it's going to be with Annihilation. So those are just my two guesses. Next is it's a Spider-Verse event, which I knew was coming because I've been kind of saying all year long, like, hey, we do have, you know, 2 Spider-Verse characters not in the game, Spider-Verse villains, which I kind of said was Sandman and Lizard. I knew for sure it was Sandman, or at least close to Sandman, but now it looks like it'd be a female, because we have a male a model and a female model. These look like the basic models you get in Unity, so I don't think these are actual silhouettes of anyone. I mean, if it's Sandman, I feel like he'd be a little bit more bulkier, but the female is interesting. She's kind of in like a stance with like shoulder pads. Like, to me, like, I mean, she looks like, that could be Silver Sable, that could be man, I forgot the name, but if you know Wolverine, you know, Lady Deathstrike, that's what it was. That's like, it looks like that vest that she has. But it's Spider-Verse villains, and it kind of says she's the enigmatic hero. Like, it signs from left to right, and, you know, it's talking about a main villain. So I'm guessing Sandman and then an enigmatic hero. So I'm guessing Black Cat. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's who my guesses are. Black Cat fits the Kingpin synergy, or place on the Battle Realm map, and Sandman fits the Rhino and Kraven. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they don't really fit anywhere else. I mean, this map, like I said, is from last summer. So I mean, who knows? All right, moving on, we do have what's next, and that's actually Mantis in the Multiverse, which is pretty awesome because I feel like we were definitely going to have it. Now, I actually said, hey, that's going to be it's going to be Agatha and Sylvie, because in this video, he's talking about Doctor Strange is bringing in Mystics. I mean, both are in the movie, so I mean, I feel like that's just perfect. Yeah, I mean, Agatha fits the Sigil Witch connection, and then Sylvie fits the Doctor Strange connection, and obviously I think both could be pretty awesome Mystics, and they're probably the most asked for characters from the MCU this year alone. Next year is a tease for Nova tracking down an Avenger, but what he finds out is that the Kree-Skrull War is happening, which is amazing because that's such a thing in the comics still, like not just recently with the Empire. Which speaking of the Empire event, guess who I think is on the State of the Battle map? Wiccan and Hulking. So what I think is going to happen is either Scarlet Witch is missing, or it's going to be Captain Marvel is missing. And shout out to Mr. King, because he was like, I was thinking the missing Avenger is a brand new character, and Mr. King was like, no, it's probably just like an actual character in the contest, and they just went missing. So I think it's Scarlet Witch, who is either helping her son, who's helping his lover, Hulkling, fight the war, or help stop the war. Or it's Captain Marvel, who obviously has this big thing against Skrulls. So yeah, maybe it's that. I mean, I generally think that's Hulkling and Wiccan, Hulklin and Wiccan. I think those are just perfect. I mean, they literally fit the Empire event, which was, you know, the final thing of the Kree-Skrull Empire, which is pretty cool. All right, moving on, we do have Thor: Love and Thunder. Finally, baby. Now this is actually a really easy answer because he literally says an old foe hunting down Asgardians. I mean, we quite literally had Gorr the God Butcher doing the exact same thing in the comics. In fact, he basically did all the gods. And we already have Null, who he stole the sword from, that kills the gods. And we also have another, you know, connection between Odin and a mystery character. So I think that's obviously Valkyrie. And the only reason I say Valkyrie, not Beta Ray Bill, because it could be him, is because Kabam Gabe years ago said Valkyrie's coming to the game. Now, we never got her in the game, and he also said a new Thor is coming to the game. So I feel like it's either Valkyrie or Beta Ray Bill. But Valkyrie makes more sense to actually protect Asgard, because like Beta Ray Bill is not really on that type of thing to protect Asgard. It would make sense for his character, but you know, like I don't know, it's kind of interesting. We'll kind of see what happens. All right, but next event we do have obviously the Silver Surfer tracking down the new Herald. So we had a tease of what this Herald was last month's event. He said the Herald basically was in the quantum realm, and it was emitting energy, which Ghost was actually consuming. And what happened was that all the Heralds were tracking this one down because they want to bring in Galactus. And it looks like Reed Richards put Silver Surfer in a containment field in the quantum zone to delay Galactus. But, you know, the Eternals broke him free because they want to kill him so they could stop Galactus, because they're like, hey, if he uses this Herald, he can't go into the contest. But we find out there's another Herald in the quantum realm, and this one, Silver Surfer says, it seems like it's peaceful, like it's different than mine, but it's somehow peaceful. Like he's like, it's familiar. And I don't know what to think of this, because honestly, we already have we had Golden Oldie, you know, tease, you know, that April Fool's joke. But honestly, she's like my number one guess besides Mantis, because Kabam Gabe confirmed, kind of said this character is a Herald, but not a Herald. And so what I think that means is not a canon 616 Herald. So it's not the Fallen one. It's not Nova. It's not, you know, all the other ones. Redshift. I mean, there's like a ton of them. but I feel like it's not a canon one. So I think it's a non-canon one. I think it's like a hero. There's another, like, there's a couple other non-canon Galactus heralds, but that's just my number one guess is Mantis, because she's got a connection with Silver Surfer as a lover. But also, you know, I'm sorry, but it makes sense to me, and I think it is a non-canon herald. But let me know what you guys think, because it literally could be a number of non-canon. It could even be a new Contest Champions original. I mean, who knows, honestly. All right, next, moving on, we do have a interesting one. We have a team on there, which you think would be the Wrecking Crew, but it's actually not. It's the Masters of Evil team. And specifically, I think this is two characters in this image alone. I think it's one or the other. I think it's Titania, which, by the way, this event takes place the same month She-Hulk releases, which Titania's in. Or I think it's Jekyll Hyde. And my reason behind it is because what basically this guy is saying is that this event is about a villain. Basically, he wants to become a hero. Like he or she wants to become a hero, and they created something that they have to deal with. So for me, I feel like that could be Doom, because he created Titania, but now in the contest he's more of a hero-ish, helping us stop Galactus, and he created Titania, and she kind of like is like a monster-ish character, and she also kind of became a hero recently, so that could be that. Or it could be Jekyll Hyde, who created, I mean, Jekyll Hyde, he's like a Jekyll Hyde, you know, split personality disorder, and also Quake's father in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. And also he was part of the Civil Warrior action figure. I think it was more on Marvel, but whenever you got that, you got to build a figure piece of him. So yeah, I definitely think it's one of the two. I feel like the other two just don't make, like, the other characters are part of the Wrecking Crew and part of the Masters of Evil plan. They don't really fit the trying to commend but also created something they have to deal with. Like, it just doesn't fit that. I mean, let me know what you guys think, because I definitely think it's those two, one or the other. All right, moving on, we have another Spider-Verse event. This one specifically was on the Morlun event. Now, Morlun, I kind of said I was pretty sure was coming, but wasn't sure because he didn't fit the State of the Battleground map. But now we've kind of reached the end of the State of the Battleground map, where we kind of have all the characters fitting on the map. And now we're kind of past that, where it's past that 8th month of 16 spots. Now I think this person doesn't fit on the map because it hasn't been updated to fit him on the map. But Morlun obviously got teased in the Spider-Man 29 event. We know that someone is hunting down spider totems, and he literally is that guy in the comics that does this, which is pretty cool. Now, interesting enough, I think the Spider Hero coming with this character could definitely be the MROC Spider-Verse character, or any number of Spider-Verse characters, but fitted with MROC, because we had 2 years in a row with MROC characters, and I think this year would be better if we had someone who does fit in both MROC and Contest, but as an existing character, because we kind of already have Spider-Verse characters left, right, and center, and I'd love to have unique ones, because we got 2 unique ones this year, and next year I feel like needs to have someone beyond just the regular Thwip and you know the regular Spider stuff characters. Like Spider-Woman would be cool with her pheromones. A number of other characters with technology would be pretty cool. MROC, I mean, they have Stark Tech. I mean, like, it's pretty interesting. We have, the Rube Mechanic. You have a bunch of other stuff that could come. But I mean, we'll have to find out. All right, next one is the Wakanda Forever event. Now, he specifically teases M'Baku. Like, he specifically says they're fighting for, like, the territories are messed up, which is funny, because in MROC that's exactly what's happening too. But we have the territories messed up because Galactus destroyed them, and they're fighting for the adversary of the throne. So what I think is happening is they're teasing M'Baku. I feel like Wakanda Forever, specifically what I've read about it, is M'Baku's a main character, and he's probably going to fight for the throne again. M'Baku definitely does fit the contest, and if he's going to come with someone, probably Okoye, because she lost the vote last year. She got a lot of votes, not enough to win, but she got votes. So I think that would be a really cool thing to do. All right, moving on is the last event. Now, I kind of talked about the MROC Spidey. I think this event, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, it would be really cool to have the MROC Forest Guardian. You're like, who the heck is that if you've never played MROC? And that's actually an amalgam character of all the Guardians of the Galaxy characters into one. We kind of have all the MCU Guardians. Like, there's not really one we don't have. I mean, we don't have the MCU versions. I mean, most of them. But we have the essence of their characters, unless a new one wants to join the game, like Adam Warlock. But when I talked to Kabam Gabe about it, he said that he wants him in the game, but it's just too early. So yeah, I think this would be an MROC Forest Guardian character. I mean, let me know who you think it is. I mean, there's definitely others. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I mean, that's pretty much it. Looking at the state of the battle map, there's like a couple like inconsistencies. I don't know where Omega Sentinel. I feel like Omega Sentinel is coming to the game. She has an MROC synergy in game. So I think she's coming to the game. I just don't know what event. So I genuinely don't know what event, because she's not next up swords. That's where I would have put her, but she's not in that event. The other one is, I didn't talk about Misty Knight, so I missed that event. But basically, Hell's Kitchen is also affected by the Galactuses, and so Misty Knight and Patriot, because obviously Patriot, we have like basically this Captain America and Falcon synergy in the contest, Mr. synergy with teammates, and it's most likely a science champ. So I feel like Misty Knight and Patriot could be, you know, fighting for Hell's Kitchen. I think that would be really cool. Also, the Summoner's Choice, we don't know which event they join, but I'm assuming the Herald event. It's kind of hard to place them, but everyone else fits the video. Those are just my outliers. So we also don't have the trophy champ. Oh, and one more. That is the Overseer connection. I put Punisher there because contest Kabam, and specifically Kabam Gabe, said that he will fit on the map in 2022. So I put him on the map because we have like this MROC connection. It looks like that red connection is between the Chrono Serpent and the Marvel Realm Champions, so that's why I have that connection. But I could be wrong. That could be the brand new Kabam original. But in this video, it didn't seem like they teased that, so I really don't know. We always have one trophy champ, so maybe that is that, or maybe it's Agatha. I don't know. So, but yeah, man, thank you so much for watching this video. This was a lot. I've been like working on this all day to make sure my teases. Thank you for Mr. King. Me and Mr. King have been going left and right on our teases, and I think this is probably my most concrete list. I need more information, more teases, more synergies, please. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.